Okay, I am going to my 59th Greek island if it all works out. I don't know which boat, maybe this one. Salamis? Tickets?
No. Tickets in the counter.
Okay. How much time?
15 minutes.
Okay, thank you. All right, we got time. 15 minutes until the boat there. They go every 15 to 20 minutes, so just doing this all spontaneous. Since I have the day free, I am meeting up with my friends tomorrow, and then we're heading to another island. Okay, let's get a ticket. Got my ticket, €1.20. Nice and cheap. It's a very short ferry ride. All right. It is good to be on a Greek islands ferry once again, even if it isn't the most adventurous day of exploring, but should be a fun excursion. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I get there as far as how to explore the island, because it is a fairly good sized island, so I'll figure out if maybe there's a bus that goes around. Probably won't rent a car, but I guess I'll see. Or maybe a four-wheeler or something. So today is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Currently 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 27 degrees Celsius. Good and warm. And I believe that is the island right there. It's gotta be. So it is so close to Athens. That was about a 30-minute taxi ride from my hotel, which is right in the middle of Athens, near Metaxorgeo and Ammonia metro stations, not far from the Acropolis and Monastiraki Square and all that. And so just 30 minutes over here, and it was only 20 euros, so good price. Really nice guy there, taxi driver. Ended up talking with him a bunch on the ride here. And off we go. Let's get the views from the top. I guess I can go up here. The control room there. See if they say anything. Not a problem, I guess. That is a short ferry ride. I think we're headed just right over there. That's the main town, Polakia. What a sight. The Port of Piraeus is just like a 15-minute drive down that way. So you could also take the metro to Piraeus and then get a taxi there, and it would be a little bit cheaper. Classic blue and white church up there. So I think I called the town Polakia. It's Palukia. And this is called Aios Georgios, so St. George. It is not an island, it is part of Salamis. There's a very narrow little strip of land connecting it with the mainland there. Strange little point there, Aios Georgios. Just a bunch of abandoned buildings. Look like from maybe the 19th century or early 20th century, so gotta be an interesting story to go along with that. And here you can see the little strip of land that connects to what is basically a little islet. Looks like that might have been added at some point. I guess there's a road. Can't really see the road, but it must be on the other side of that concrete wall. And then looks like we're probably headed right about there. And here we go. Greek island number 59. Looks like I'll probably get to 60 this trip. Alright. Ancient harbor of Salamis. Salamis Sea Battle Tumulus. Welcome to Salamina. So it's Salamina or Salamis. And here you can see Palukia. Okay. I definitely want to get something to drive around, not plan to take a bus. So let's try to find some sort of a vehicle rental office. I am totally clueless as far as what to see here. I've done absolute zero research, but I think you can't go wrong. Find a way to get around and then cruise. It's not that big of an island, but big enough that there is a fair amount to see, it looks like. RAC, rent a car. Can't really tell if it's open. Nope. Maybe because I'm too late. I think it's like 2-ish. There is the bus stop, so that is an option. I wonder if I might just be out of luck finding a rental car place that's still open in the afternoon. So maybe I'll just bus it. Just get on a bus and go wherever it's going. All right, let's do it. And I'm back in Palukia, the main town where I got on the bus. So what happened is the bus did sort of a loop going out along the coast of the island. That way went to a little town there where there was the blue and white church. I can see another blue and white church right there, which might be the one that I had seen from the ferry boat. And so it was a cute town, but you know, very, very quiet, not too much happening there. And I wasn't sure how often these buses run, and so I didn't want to get stuck there for maybe an hour or two when, although it isn't far away, it was too far to walk, and so I'd be stuck like waiting, hoping to see a taxi or whatever. And so I decided to just stay on it, and then it just came right back here. So it was like maybe a 30-minute loop, something like that. But looking on the map, then there is a town called Salamina, same as the island name, which is straight across this way, right across the island, a short distance, and it looks like it will have a nice port there that will be less industrial and more mellow feeling than the bigger town here, and probably a good spot to jump in the water there, get a drink, etc. So this bus says Salamina on it, so it is probably going there. I think that this bus is coming from there. Up there it looks like 9 minutes, yes, to Salamina, bus number 6. And so I looked on Google Maps for rental cars, and only one place came up on the island here in the town, and that must have been the one that I walked past earlier that was closed. So sounds like out of luck as far as renting anything. And then I looked at what there is to see around the island. It's the usual stuff: beaches, churches, monastery, and a cave that sounded interesting, but a good ways away, hard to get to by the looks of it, and so I would need a vehicle to go there. So not in the mood for any sort of a big trek today. So if I can just get over to that Salamina town, then I think that that will be a nice spot to hang out for the afternoon. Yes, Salamina. Presto. So this is Salamina, the town. It was just all built up town the whole way from Palukia to here. I might just walk it back or walk part of it and then maybe catch a bus if I get tired of walking or whatever. But here we are. Not quite what I was expecting. I was thinking of more of a quaint, cute sort of a scene. But a harbor here. Water not looking very enticing. There is a beach that is 3 kilometers, so 2 miles away, a bit longer than I want to walk. If I saw a taxi, that would be good, but I don't think that I've seen a taxi yet on the island. Seems like they would have some taxis, but maybe not. So, not sure what's gonna happen. It's all pretty average. Not the most interesting Greek island by any means, but if you had a car to get around, then that would help a lot. Quite a nice looking scenery there, those mountains. Some restaurants for a good hangout, drink, eat session. So here you have this long walkway going down that way, but I think that I won't walk further that way when I need to go back that way. But here we have a sign for Archaeological Museum, if it's still open in the middle of the afternoon. I would rather see some sort of an outside archaeological site, but let's see if I can find that museum and if it's open. It's something to do other than just walk the streets. So here it is. There it says Archaeologico Museum Salamina. But it looks like I'm out of luck. 8:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. It is currently 4:11 p.m. Got a late start today. So let's just wander, see what else we come across. I think I'll just head back in the direction of Palukia and not get too lost on a mission, except that looks like a good mission. Church on top of a hill. Okay, that seems like a worthy endeavor. Not that high up or anything. Get some views, see a church, and straight ahead, a very different style of church, also quite beautiful, but let's try to get up there. So as I mentioned, Salamina here is my 59th Greek island. There are 227 inhabited Greek islands, but many of those must be inhabited by just a few people. Tiny little islands that are probably hard to get to, very little tourism, because when I look on the map, then there are very few of the main Greek islands that I haven't been to yet. So rather than try to tell you in this video every Greek island that I've been to, instead I will tell you the main Greek islands that I haven't been to. So, over in the Ionian Sea, there is just one, and that is Lefkada. Now, there are some tiny little islands off of Corfu that I learned about just recently that look quite nice. One of the reasons why I learned about them, actually, I think the only reason, is because of the guy who got lost there and I think was found dead. As I've discussed previously, earlier in the summer, there was a whole series of people going missing on Greek islands, tourists. And so that's how I heard about this little archipelago of Greek islands off the northwestern corner of Corfu. I have been to Paxos and Antipaxos already, which are smaller islands south of Corfu. But as far as the main islands in the Ionian Sea, then it is just Lefkada. Okay, am I going the right way to get up there? I do have it on my map. It said like 18 minutes. Okay, looks good. And then jumping over to this side of Greece, the Aegean Sea, then there is Samothraki that I haven't been to. As I showed a few weeks ago, I went to the North Aegean, went to Lesbos, Lemnos, and Thassos. Stopped in Alexandropoli, but didn't go to Samothraki, which is very close to there. I was running out of time, my Schengen time, etc. As for now, when it comes to the Schengen time, then it has been reset, basically. So today is October 10th. October 14th will be 6 months from when I entered, but I had 9 days left, and I just entered the Schengen zone yesterday, the 9th. And so that's 5 days until the 14th, and so that means I can just stay. So I explained it wrong previously in terms of how it works, the Schengen zone. I don't want to get too lost in that, but it isn't just that the day you enter starts 180 days, and then you can come back for another 90 days after the 180 days. It is a rolling time period. So for example, you couldn't enter Europe on January 1st, then leave, then come back in the middle of April, and then stay for 2.5 months, and then 90 days would restart. That doesn't happen, because then you could effectively stay for 6 months straight, minus a day. If it was just you enter and then the 180 days starts ticking, and then if you leave, then you still go back to that first day that you entered. That isn't how it works. So I had that wrong, because you can't stay for more than 90 days in any 180 day period. So it's more about the day that you depart than the day that you first entered. It's kind of confusing, but anyways, point being, regardless, now that 6 months is up in a few days from when I entered in the spring, then all of those days start dropping off as I add new days. So basically, point being, I can now stay for another 90 days if I want, which I won't be doing. It's going to be a quick trip to Europe, maybe a couple of weeks in Greece, and then probably leave Europe. Okay, is this the right way? Okay, got a tip from a local that this is going to do it. Okay, looks like stairs going up to the church. Right on, right on. Very cool. So, continuing with the islands that I haven't been to yet. Other than Samothraki, there is Chios or Chios, and then Sikanos, Kythera. And there is Kimilos next to Milos. I've been to Milos. Kimilos, whether that's a main island, is kind of debatable. It's a small island right off the coast of Milos. So that is basically it, I believe, as far as anything that isn't some little tiny island off the, coast of another island. There's a little island off of Rhodes. Oh, there's a Forney, so that would count. I think that is basically it. So, like, less than 10 Greek islands to go to get to every major Greek island. And then I've also visited a lot of the minor ones. Antipaxis, as I said, Antiparos, the Lesser Cyclades islands. Okay, this is definitely going there. Bit of an intense uphill hike, but it's going to be worth it by the looks of it. And here we are, almost to the top. Door locked. I might be the only one up here now. That is a great image of the flag and Piraeus on the mainland. Another blue and white church. Let's see if we can see anything inside the church. Not too exciting, the usual stuff. All right, what a view. There you go. A little better perspective of Salamina and beyond. So I can't tell if that straight across is still part of the island. I think so. It is a fairly good sized island. Okay, let's get over there. And I feel like this hike up the mountain to the church made this a proper Greek island adventure video. Look at that view. A good sized city here. As you can see, it is just all buildings. The bus went right along that main road there. And so now, well, can I get down going this way? A little risky, both in terms of the hike along the boulders and possibly getting stuck at a cliff or in somebody's backyard or something. So I guess I should go back down there and then walk along the road like that. So here we go. Let's get back down around that little fountain right there. Boom. So I'm not sure where the fountain is actually, but close enough. Looks like a Greek soldier there. There you can see the church and the big Greek flag. So I am going to guess that this is referencing the Battle of Salamis against the Persians. I'm going to start walking back over to Palukia. Looks like I need to go over here. It's one way going that way, so when the bus comes along, then maybe I'll jump on it. But should be a pleasant walk, nice and flat. And then I will read a little bit about the Battle of Salamis as I walk along. And if you're curious about the price of gas, there you go, 166, but that is euros per liter. So that is almost $2 per liter times 3.8, then you're looking at like $7.50 a gallon. Okay, I'm going to stop into this market and see if I can get a couple things. So they do have taxis here. I've seen a couple. So that's another option if I get tired of walking. All right, the Battle of Salamis was a naval battle fought in 480 BC between an alliance of Greek city-states under Themistocles and the Achaemenid Empire, so that is the Persian Empire under King Xerxes. So he was determined to try to take Greece because he had tried to attack at other times as well. It resulted in a decisive victory for the outnumbered Greeks. Once again, bravo, viva Greece. Not that I am against the Persians, which is what present-day Iran is, the remaining Persian Empire. I would love to go to Iran, but they were attacking a country that had not yet attacked them, but they would later, of course, under Alexander the Great, and he would be victorious, taking all of Anatolia and much, much more. Anyways, it resulted in a decisive victory for the outnumbered Greeks. The battle was fought in the straits between the mainland and Salamis, so right where the ferry went, it marked the high point of the second Persian invasion of Greece. It was arguably the largest naval battle of the ancient world. So I won't read the whole thing, but you get the idea. A very momentous, historic battle fought right here that determined who controlled this area from that point forward. If the Persians had won, here, then they likely would have been here for a long time. Of course, who knows? But good job, Greeks. All right, time to get back to the ferry. Yes, us. Ferry. Yes, us. This one. Para so.